So about a month ago, I made a couple of videos and even streamed a game called The Day Before. It's a game that, in my opinion and the rest of the internet's opinion, is a complete scam. If you don't believe me, just watch my other 2 videos. I'll put a link in the description below. Anyways, I didn't think I would be making another video talking about them, but I can't help myself. This is kind of one of my recent pastimes that I enjoy just checking back on, because for some reason, they just can't be dead. They just can't stop. Even though the company shut down, the game is already dead, the servers are done, refunds, all that's already been handled. For some reason, they still feel obligated, and for I don't know who or why, they are still posting on their social media account, making more statements. Why? I couldn't tell you. But I wanted to go over and read it with y'all because it's the funniest shit ever. So I'm gonna pull my Mutahar real quick, and they said, recently, a lot of missing information has emerged on the internet from supposedly anonymous sources. Fantastic provides an official response to these statements. Yeah, honestly, anyone who reads this that's been keeping up with the situation, you're gonna sit there and scratch your head and be like, "Why, bro? What's the point? What do you got to prove? Your company's donezo. You're shut down. Your reputation is tarnished. It's smashed. It's smeared. There's nothing you could say at this point that could sit there and magically make people say, you know what? Yeah, that fantastic company, I knew they were really good all along. They weren't trying to scam me. They weren't trying to give me a bad game and take my money. No, they had the best intentions. When in reality, that I still don't believe that at all. They start off by saying anonymous people allege that we deceived players. They said we worked hard and honestly on the game for 5 years. We didn't take a penny from users, didn't use crowdfunding, and didn't offer pre-orders. Even after the game was closed, we together with the publisher returned money to all players, including forcibly issuing refunds to those who did not request them. How many companies return money like that? We are not a fly-by-night company. We have been operating since 2015 and have conducted our business honestly. Now, whether or not you agree that they've been conducting their business honestly since 2015, that's up to you to decide. But for them to sit there and say, we didn't scam nobody. We didn't do anything. What companies get back money? We didn't have to do it. Realistically, you probably did have to do it. Within some way, shape, or form, Steam was probably going to issue those refunds back some way or another, regardless if you would have went out of your way or not to issue those refunds. To sit there and try and make it sound like a brownie point of, hey, we're giving refunds back to the players. See, that shows that we've never had bad intentions to begin with. No, I don't know what you're expecting, like, hurrah, yeah, let's fucking go. You care about us. You did care about the players and you did want to make a good game, then you would have made a good one instead of releasing the dog shit that you did. I just find it so funny for them to say that. How many companies return money like that? Dog, anyone can sit there and request a refund on Steam. If your game shuts down and it just came out and is one of the most popular games, at least in terms of everyone knows what it is, and Steam sees that you're doing shit like this, they're going to probably step in regardless of whether or not you were going to issue refunds and give it back to the players, because this is fucked up. So, there's nothing to really be celebrating or be proud about with that. Anonymous people allege that we deceived the investor. This is not true. We still have a great relationship with our publisher. The closure the day before did not affect our partnership. Since 2021, we have had a New Zealand venture called Mytona Fantastic and a successful game, Prop Night, which has sold almost 1 million copies. Prop Night also co-financed the development of The Day Before. So this part, the reason why people are saying that, for those that are unaware, the idea was that The Day Before was never actually a real game, and because, of course, what the final product was, and that they were just saying they're in development just so they can milk the salary and keep the investment money coming in from the company that put money into their game. That is why people are saying they deceived the investors, because you've been working on this game for this many years and this is the best that you came up with. Okay, that's wild. You're probably just taking money. That's pretty much what people are saying. And that's the other argument that people are saying, like, yeah, you might not have taken money from the consumers, but you did take money from the investors. And to me, I still believe that. Again, 5 years working on this, and the best that you had to come up with was the dog shit that everyone else has been playing, and that you had to shut down your studio because literally everyone saw that was dog shit. I don't know, man. But let's keep reading. So I'm not even going to bother reading all this. You can pause the video if you want, but it says anonymous former employees tell different stories about the development. They pretty much say, hey, the development's been fantastic. We did so many great things. We offer a low churn rate, and the fact that half the who left the company returned to the company to demonstrate our positive work environment, blah, blah. They just said it's basically the greatest place on earth. Who made money on The Day Before? Certain bloggers made huge money by creating false content with huge titles from the very beginning to gain views and followers. Exploiting the lack of information about the game's development, their actions triggered a gold rush among content creators due to the game's pre-release popularity. And this is the one statement that I have a very big issue with. This is something that every company tends to always have some issue with, and they like, oh my god, all these fucking YouTubers, bloggers, companies creating all this negative bad press saying our game's a scam, it's this, it's that, it's all of it's not true at all. But guess what, they just ran with it because it brings in the money. When in reality, no. The honest fact is, if your game was good and it was decent and it was actually what was shown in your trailers many years ago that people saw, then no one would ever have any reason to call your game a scam. You know why people call your game a scam? It's because this literally is one. It wasn't good. If it was a good game, then it would still be up right now. If it was a good game, you would have so many people playing it and you would never have to shut down your servers. The fact that people call it a scam is because people rightfully feel like they were scammed. If I buy your game and I do not like it, and I was sold under the illusion of what I saw in your previous trailers many years ago, which you also took down, by the way, then yes, I have a right to feel scammed. Yes, technically, if you want to go to the technical terms, if I never spent any money, then was I officially scammed? No. But you know what? My heart was scammed because I believed that it was going to be something good from all the trailers that you showed in the past, again, which you have taken down. If you truly believe that everything you did was in good intentions, then you would have never taken down all those trailers from the past. That just shows that there is something nefarious and wrong going on. If you truly want to sit there and make your point, then why don't you bring some evidence, some facts, some anything other than just saying, well, y'all are wrong. That is not the way you do it, bro. There are so many people who have looked into this and have shown so many things, myself included. So for you to sit there and say that people are painting this bad narrative or bad light about your game is because you did it to yourself. Nobody else did it, man. And then they finish off by saying, why do they say that the release game is not the same as that in trailers, and why was the game closed? We have implemented everything shown in the trailers, from home improvements and a detailed world to off-road vehicles. We only disabled a few minor features like parkour due to bugs, but plan to include them in the full release. They said, remember the experiment where you're asked to count pink objects in a room and then recall the blue ones? You won't remember any. It's all about focus. The negative bias installed by certain bloggers making money on hate-affected perceptions of the game. Look at unbiased gameplay like Dr. Disrespect stream at release. Despite the initial bugs and server issues, he liked the game, which we fixed later. Dog, who gives a fuck what Dr. Disrespect enjoys or doesn't? And like, who cares? You just point out one streamer. Like, it's not even me trying to sit there and throw hate at Dr. Disrespect. Hey, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I'm a nobody, so I'm pretty sure my opinion doesn't even matter. But that's like saying, oh, Moist Critical had a blast with the day before. So clearly, obviously, there's so many people that just have a negative hate and perception, so they just came into it not liking it. Dog, I didn't give a fuck what they had to say, and I didn't like it. So what do you have to say then? What, you're saying that's because of all the blogs and all the videos out there is why I didn't personally like it? I spent money on it. I spent money on your fucking game and I played it. I gave it like an hour and I already had issues in the beginning of it. I have a whole stream where you can watch me play it. I didn't like it. It fucking sucked. I don't care what bloggers have to say. I base my own opinions from what I actually played. That's why I bought it, so I can see for myself if I actually enjoyed it. To sit there and do this whole bullshit, oh, well, Dr. Disrespect had a lot of fun. I see all these other people just trying to paint a negative light. No, your game fucking sucked. That's why you shut down. That's why it doesn't exist anymore. It's because nobody liked it. You pointing to one streamer saying that they enjoyed it means nothing. There are a lot of people who like things that nobody else likes. That is just a human nature. That is bound to happen. I don't know what point you're trying to make with this. Also, to sit there and say that your gameplay is the exact same from what you showed many years ago to what is now is a load of dog shit. And I'll just insert a clip from one of my previous videos so that you can see more about that. And I'll include another part of the video footage where I show them taking down videos from the past. That's how bad this shit is. So apparently these motherfuckers were carrying some bullets and they were carrying some money. Ooh. All right. It's cool. We're cooking all right. Oh, it's a pharmacy. CVS, but it's a BVS. It's cool. Just bought from the store. What could you have possibly been doing for 5 years if this is the best that you can come up with? And again, the price tag, $40 for $40. You could buy so many better things than that. That is my real issue I have with this. I don't care that it's early access. That's cool. And then add on top of that, if you want to even see things that are a little bit more sketchy, let's go to their YouTube. And I want to show y'all something it's kind of interesting. So here's their official YouTube channel where everything was originally released. There was their trailers and everything, but something looks odd. I don't know if you notice it. If you put your little detective glasses on, you know, your little spy glass, there's not many videos here. They got the day before dev vlog, the day before survived the apocalypse with speed. the different language versions of the final trailer. But where's the announcement trailer? Where's all that? That's crazy. Oh, they that was a waste of money. They paid money to get their shit on there on the billboard in New York. That was a waste of money. But here's what happened. So you're going to look right here and you can sit there and see that, oh, well, here's their page. Here's their stats. It looks pretty good. But there's different points that it kind of raises a red flag right here. In February 2023, somehow 744,000 views vanished. When that vanishes, that means the YouTube channel is either privated or they deleted videos. It's kind of weird. Why would they do that? But then you fast forward to here, and this is when they had a trailer come out, and this is where a lot of people were checking out the game, just seeing if it was actually real, if it's a flop, if it's getting delayed. And then you go now to fast forward again to present day. Look at that, minus 272,000 views. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's minus 272,000 views. Again, what that means is they sit there and took videos off this page and privated it and hid them. And the idea that a lot of people have gone behind is they did this because they were like, oh shit, hey, we can't be having that out there. People will be able to put two and two together and realize that what we promised and said in these previous trailers is not really what is in the final game. And yeah, people can do that. But the thing they don't realize is that other YouTube channels exist. Just because you took it off your page doesn't mean that it just vanishes into thin air and that it doesn't exist anymore. But for people who are skeptical and don't want to believe me, they're like, oh, what's up? You're talking out your ass. You just pull random numbers. No, what are you talking about? I got you. Wow, would you look at that? The Wayback Machine can sure show you some things that they don't want you to see. So what you're looking at right now is a screen capture of their YouTube page from February 3rd, 2023. Pretty much earlier this year. This is what their page looked like before. So here's what they had. They had the day before announcement trailer, 4K, the day before Room, the day before Off-Road Adventures Await, the day before Air Dancer, the day before IGN special event, the day before TikTok. You know, they had all these promotional videos and now they're all gone. I wonder why. Maybe it's because this stuff isn't real, doesn't exist. Not really the actual vision or what they claimed they were making. I mean, that's possible. They even got rid of this shit. They have so many things that have been removed. They said despite the initial bugs and server issues, he liked the game, which we fixed later, and the game received improved reviews over the weekend. Unfortunately, the hate campaign had already inflicted significant damage. What are you talking about? Hate campaign? You mean people just not liking your game? How hard is it for you to understand that if people don't like something, they don't like it? Why is that to be a hate campaign? That is fucking copium. It's so fucking frustrating. People just did not like your game. How hard is that to accept? If your game was good and people liked it, then no matter how many hate campaigns that existed, it wouldn't matter. Hate campaigns exist for Grand Theft Auto, but guess what? The game still does well because it's genuinely a fun fucking game. This is so baffling to me. I like how they say this right here. By the way, after sales closed, many people wrote to us that bloggers had deceived them and they liked the game and they asked for access. We also heard that petitions were created to continue development, and on the black market, the game price exceeded $200, and some even began to make their own mods. We are grateful to all the senders and mails who expressed support and appeal to not give up and to continue work. Finally, we encourage you to subscribe to our social networks to know what will happen next. And that's where they ended. I don't know why they included this, by the way. It really feels like this entire company or whoever wrote this is just upset and pissed off and wants to give like a middle finger to anybody who rightfully called out the dog shit of this game. But let's see what some of the replies had to say. Your time has passed. Nobody cares about y'all's scam anymore. How can a company that is supposedly shut down make statements? Who's speaking though? Isn't the studio closed? Oh, and by the way, we do not care. If you never took money from players, why release a statement saying that all the money you received from the game was used to pay off your debts? That's what I said in the last video, and they are right. And there's just so many comments going over this, but this is fucking wild, man. Why make a statement at this point? Again, as everyone else said, your company, your studio is shut down. What do you have to prove? What are you trying to tell people at this point? What, that you were a great company all along and that you're not going to have your name smeared into the dirt, even though it's shut down. And at this point, no one cares. I don't really comprehend this or can wrap my head around the whole point of this, but I did want to at least talk about it because it is very amusing. This is the funniest shit ever. And I can't believe that they're still doing this. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get another response in maybe another week, maybe a month. Honestly, couldn't tell you, but apparently, even though this company, from what I had understood, shut down, they said, hey, Finally, we encourage you to subscribe to our social networks to know what will happen next. What's going to happen next, dog? Your company's shut down. Your studio's shut down. What's there to expect next? I don't know. I guess we'll find out in due time. Anyways, you made this far into the video. Consider giving a like, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below what you think. Have a great day. Yeah.